Greetings. Welcome back to the Black Health Report. I am Thabiti Umoji, your host. Every week we deal with issues that affect the mind, body, and soul of Black people. And I am pleased to announce that we will be doing a live broadcast every Thursday evening from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be starting August 3rd, so make sure you note your calendar. At the same time, subscribe. That way you'll get notices when we're doing our live. All right. Today's topic is the elephant in the room, the issue nobody wants to talk about when it comes to politics. Is the black vote a joke? Why are people asking this? Well, it is being said that black people do not vote for candidates based on anything tangible. Every other nationality or group, whether it's the Asians, whether it's Latinos, Jews, gay population, all these groups meet with the candidate prior to giving their vote. However, what is being said is black people, we take our vote, we give our vote up, and we ask for nothing back in return. And then we complain about the fact that this candidate didn't do anything for us. The other thing is saying that black people, we vote based on trivial things like if the candidate could sing. Maybe they can sing a Al Green song, or maybe they can play the saxophone, or shoot a three-point shot, or give us a turkey dinner, or maybe they did a photo op with a celebrity we like. These are the trivial things that is said that black people are using in order to give up our vote. And if these things are true, the next question is, why are we normalizing adults acting like children? So hopefully after we watch these clips, we will conclude if the black vote is a joke. And if it is a joke, we need to do something about it. And the next 2-minute clip exposes the many tactics still used to get the black vote.
Then to know that Reverend Al Green was here. I so in love with you. Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Same old place, sweet home Chicago. Baby, don't you wanna go? That's what I do. Whoa. All met. You gotta check it out.
As a black minister, would you please explain why you haven't explained to told your congregation of the evils of Planned Parenthood? Everybody's talking about being woke. Woke! Woke! And you didn't know that Margaret Sanger? You didn't know that Margaret Sanger said this? We don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. Margaret Sanger, founder of Planned Parenthood. Now, this was written in 1939. So how are you going to be woke? How are you going to be a woke church and don't know this? This is old. This is old. You bishops and pastors and leaders out there, if you haven't told your congregation about the #1 killer of African Americans, an organization that kills more African Americans every 2 weeks than the Klan did in its entire history, you are not qualified to use the word woke. For you are the epitome of being asleep. You're asleep at the wheel. Now, Hillary Clinton did, when she received the Margaret Sanger Award, Hillary Clinton did say, I admire Margaret Sanger. Enormously, not a little bit, enormously. That's right. All y'all who are taking pictures, that's fine. Come on, you can get them. She did. These are her words. They're not my words. You know what? I would have never, there's no politician, Republican nor Democrat, see, I'm an independent, no politician would get my vote nor my support if they would have said, I admire Margaret Sanger. The woman who said, our goal is the extermination of the Negro race. What kind of Negro would vote for a woman who would say such a thing? Got to be a dumb Negro to do that. Something wrong with you, Negro. I admire Margaret Sanger enormously. Her courage, her tenacity, her vision. Kill a Negro. Her vision. Kill the Negro race. Her vision. This is what Hillary said when she got her award. Said Hillary Rodham Clinton, I am really in awe of her. What? What? I am really in awe of her. There is a lot of lessons we can learn from her. And you know what they are? Kill a Negro. There's a lesson. Kill the Negro population. Now how?
Well, I admire Margaret Sanger enormously. Her courage, her tenacity, her vision. Another of my great friends, Ellen Chesler, is here, who wrote a magnificent biography of Margaret Sanger called Woman of Valor.
In 1922, Sanger wrote a book entitled The Pivot of Civilization. In it is a chapter called The Cruelty of Charity, where she blasts programs that provide medical and nursing facilities to slum mothers as insidiously injurious. In the same book, Sanger called for the cessation of charity, for the segregation of morons, misfits, and the maladjusted, and for the sterilization of genetically inferior races. She also argued that organized attempts to help the poor was the surest sign that our civilization has bred, is breeding, and is perpetuating defectives, delinquents, and dependents. The Birth Control Review was Sanger's official publication for the American Birth Control League, and in 1932 she outlined her plan for peace.
The main objectives of the Population Congress would be to apply a stern and rigid policy of sterilization and segregation to that grade of population whose progeny is already tainted, to give certain dysgenic groups in our population their choice of segregation or sterilization, and to apportion farmlands and homesteads for these segregated persons where they would be taught to work under competent instructors for the period of their entire lives.
Sanger's admiration for the eugenics programs of Nazi Germany were well known at the time. In 1933, the Birth Control Review published Eugenic Sterilization, an Urgent Need, by Ernst Rudin, who was Hitler's director of genetic sterilization and the founder of the Nazi Society for Racial Hygiene. In her praise for the eugenics programs in Germany, Sanger called for the implementation of such programs in the United States, specifically targeting African Americans. The following editorial was published in the 1932 issue of the Birth Control Review.
The Negro problem is one of the most complicated and important confronting America. Whatever the ultimate answer may be, Such an attitude brings to light the function of birth control as a necessary agency in its solution. The present submerged condition of the Negro is due in large part to the high fertility of the race under disastrously adverse circumstances. Thus, the question arises, to what extent birth control has had a eugenic effect upon the Negro race?
If any question should remain about Sanger's racist agenda, a 1939 letter she wrote to Dr. Clarence Gamble should remove all doubt.
We should hire 3 or 4 colored ministers, preferably with social service backgrounds and with engaging personalities. The most successful educational approach to the Negro is through a religious appeal. We don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. And the minister is a man who can straighten out that idea if it ever occurs to any of their more rebellious members.
And this is a very important segment here because it starts to remind you of what was happening during the COVID situation a couple years ago. All of your churches and your pastors were the ones ushering people in to get vaccines. Just like then, just like now, there are some pastors, ministers, churchgoers that have actually been paid to be part of this genocide program. They're on code with genocide. All right, so let's go ahead and get back to Margaret Sanger and the other madness that she was involved with.
Do you believe in sin? When I say believe, I don't mean believe in committing sin. Do you believe there is such a thing as sin?
Well, I think the greatest sin in the world is bringing children into the world that have disease from their parents, that have no chance in the world to be a human being, practically. Delinquents, prisoners, all sorts of things just marked when they're born. That, to me, is the greatest sin that people can commit.
We must.
We was able to get up and turn that mourning into a movement and that sorrow into a strategy. And now our pain has become a powerful purpose. And due to you all helped that happen. Because we know that you didn't forget us. And the others, the faceless and the nameless. That's who we are out here for too. Some people didn't get coverage like us. But we are out here to shout out them also. All right? Well, thank you so very much. Okay, before we take our seats, without further ado, we want to introduce to you the next president of the United States.